Hey everyone, and welcome back to Art with Sienna and Olivia. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to draw a breathtaking lake scene glowing with floating lanterns. We'll go step by step to create a magical atmosphere with soft reflections, warm lighting, and a peaceful night sky. So grab your stylus, open up the Procreate app, and let's bring this dreamy scene to life. The first thing we're going to do is, of course, make a new canvas like we always do by going to this plus right here and saying screen size, and making sure your iPad is in the landscape position. The first thing now we're going to do is do the background. So we can do it on layer 1. And then for our colors, I want to go for just some nice hues of blue. So maybe we can go to this kind of middle between the light and dark blue and go about right here. And then for my brush, I want to use the round brush under painting. And the side I want it to be all the way. Maybe that's too much. Let's go for 40%. We can zoom out a bit. And then we can just color this top half of our painting. And then now we can choose a lighter color, like this. And then come lower over here. And then let's come even lighter. So we're splitting our painting into thirds. And then let's Gaussian blur this by going to the magic wand and saying Gaussian blur and sliding to the right. So now we get this nice blurred effect. Okay, now I want to go and change our brush and go to calligraphy and script and use, let's go for maybe 6%. And then I want to grab black and then make a new layer, which we already have right here. And then just draw a straight line. You can tap and hold to get a perfect line. Say line up here. Let's move it around. I want to put it higher. Let's go maybe for about right here. And that looks good. And let's fill this in with a nice light color. So let's go lighter, put it up here. Let's fill this in to see how that looks. Oops. Let's make sure we're over there. That means we have a cut right here. So let's go back here, grab black, and just fill this little area in here. You always want to make sure all your lines are closed. So now let's do this again and put in this blue, and it fills in just this area right here. Perfect. Now let's do another layer, layer 3. And then now we can grab black again, and then we're going to make a line like this, tap and hold. It's kind of slanted at an angle, like this. And then we're going to duplicate this, say flip horizontal. Put it at a bit of a width, like that. And then we can merge those. And then let's connect it with a line. Just connect any blank spaces we have, and then there we've got our amazing bridge. So we can go to the freeform tool and we can kind of tilt it to make sure it looks nicer and more straight. Perfect, that looks great. Now we can grab a nice dark brown color, so we can go to orange and then go dark brown. I think that's too dark. Let's go a bit higher. And perfect, that looks great. Next, let's make a new layer, and we're going to turn this on so it's a clipping mask, and we're going to grab black. We're going to make the little wood panels in our bridge. Just like this. We can just put them at the same width from each other. Keep going. All the lines are gonna get bigger. Actually, I don't think we need one more line. I think this looks good. Maybe we could do one more line actually over here, like this. Perfect, that looks great. We can also straighten this out a bit. And then we can merge those together. Perfect, now next thing we're gonna do is do our lanterns. So I have a little color palette right here for our lanterns. So we're gonna take this first color. We'll make it the size a bit bigger. Let's actually make this color a bit lighter. Let's go for like this. It's a more warmer color. Even brighter. Perfect, this looks much better. And then we're just just gonna make a little box shape like this. That's rounded at the edges. It's like a rectangular shape. We're gonna fill that in, and then when we fill it in again, if there's a line right here, we're just gonna slide like that. Perfect. Now let's do another clipping mask layer. So tap the plus, turn on clipping mask, and then these three colors down here are the candle in our lantern. So let's start with the darkest color. So we're gonna do like a candle shape like this, so it's pointed at the top. And then also this middle one in here. Make it a bit more wavy. And then this one right here. Perfect, just like that. And then now to make this even more shiny and like a lantern, we're gonna be using the bloom tool. So let's go to this candle layer and go on bloom. And we're gonna slide until we get a nice light effect. Let's go for 23%. And let's do the same thing on the lantern. Let's go for 42%, maybe even lower, 40. And then we can merge those together. Okay, now I want to move this lantern. Let's go to uniform, put it right here, and then we're going to keep duplicating them until we have about 6. And remember, it's all about perspective, so the further it's away, the smaller it gets. So we can duplicate this and then make this one a bit smaller, just like that. Actually, let's tilt it this way, or let's keep it like that. Perfect. Next, I want to duplicate more and then put them on this side. Let me put it higher up. Keep duplicating it, put this one at an angle. And then duplicate this one. Perfect, just like that. So we have about 6 and then 3 on each side. Okay, perfect. Now I want to draw some pine trees. So let's go over here, make a new layer, grab pure black, and make our brush 23 size. And we're going to draw a line that comes on the edge right here, like this. Just like that. And we're going to come down with lines. So make our brush a bit bigger, 34%. And the lines at the top are going to be the shortest, and once we reach the bottom, it will go longer. So like this. This, just like that. So you kind of get the gist. Let me start this again. Just like that, and you got your own pine tree. Now I'm gonna move this one right here, and then duplicate this. Go to the move and transform tool and say flip horizontal, and then put it right there. And color in any space we have. And then we can merge those together and then put it underneath our lake layer. Just like this, and use the uniform tool to move it around. And now I have a pine tree right here. Perfect, and then let's just keep duplicating this like we did with the lanterns until we've got a whole forest. We can keep merging them until we have 1, 2, 4, 6, and then so on. Like this. We can even lower these a bit. And then I want to duplicate these and put it right here, like that. And then turn off that layer. Then we're going to grab a lighter color. We're going to go to the blue section and go a little bit lighter. And we're going to drop in these colors. So we have different shades of blue. We can turn that on, that looks great. And let's do another one. Just like that. Turn off the rest of these layers. The reason I'm doing this is so it's easier to see and which ones to fill. Let's fill in all that, and then we can turn this on. And see, there's one right here that's cut off, so we can just fix that really easily by just completing this. Just like that. Perfect, and now I got our nice pine tree forest, and we can just merge all that together. Okay, now I want to go into our night sky, so using our moon and our stars. So let's first start with our moon, and make a nice circle using gray. We'll put it about right here, so we have space to make it big, and then color it in. Next, now I want to add some shading on this moon, so we can do that by tapping for a new layer, going on this little N and scrolling up to multiply and turning on clipping mask. And we can go over this side like this, Gaussian blur it, take this dark color, kind of make some scribble-like shapes, just like that, to give it this bottom shape right here. Just like that. We can merge that together now, and using the eraser tool, we'll make this moon a crescent. So we'll come in here and just erase this area. So it's kind of like a banana shape, our moon. Let's make it smaller and tilt it at an angle. Just like that, perfect. So it kind of looks like some 1/8 part of the moon, in my opinion. Okay, now we can move on to shading the rest of our drawing, the rest of our pieces in our drawing. So let's start with our water. So tapping the plus, going on the little N, going to multiply, and clipping mask. So I want to put our brush at 100% and then just go over here and shading this bottom half and then Gaussian blurring it. Using Gaussian blur just makes everything look more realistic and just more nice, in my opinion. And then we can go and then tap the plus and we get this clipping mask, but then instead of going to multiply, we're going to go to add, which is for light. So I'm going to create this kind of misty effect. So let's grab this color. We can Gaussian blur that. We can put a little light over here underneath all this. Maybe over here, connect that to give it a nice glow. Perfect. Okay, now we can merge a lot together, and then now I want to add some shadow underneath our lantern. So let's do multiply again, but I'm going to do it from a different one that we did for the lake. We can turn on clipping mask, grab that blue, and grabbing a smaller brush, we'll just make a little circle underneath that. We're doing the only ones that are on the lake, that are floating on it. So these three, this one is slightly above the ground. This one right here. And then now I want to turn on a canvas tool. So let's go to the wrench, go to canvas, say drawing guide, we're going to turn that on, say edit drawing guide, and then go to 2D grid, and then saying done. And then now we can turn on drawing assist, and then I want to go to the smudge tool and then smudge, and make our brush slower, smudge this part right here. Get that nice effect. Just like this. Going over here as well. So we have a nice little smudge area. Perfect, just like that. And then now we can merge that together, and then on a new layer, I want to add some white ripples. Using this 2D grid, we can turn on drawing assist, make our brush a bit smaller, 5%, and then just make these nice ripples of all sizes everywhere on the lake. Just to show that this water is really calm. And then once we're done, we can turn off this grid by going to the wrench, turning off drawing guide, and then we can just merge all those layers together. Perfect, now let's add some light and shadow to our bridge. So making a new layer, going to the M, and then turning on clipping mask, grabbing this brown. We can put the size to the full. And then we're gonna make a little triangle shape following this bridge. And then we're gonna Gaussian blur this. And then now let's add some light. So go to add. Just make it like that. Perfect, just like that. And then we can merge those layers together. Perfect, now I want to, actually let's make these lanterns bloom a little bit more. So let's go to the wand, and then go to bloom, and then just make them bloom. Not, that's too much. But I think this looks good, like this. Maybe just go for 7%, just like that. Yeah, I think that looks really nice to give this lanterns a nice effect. And then if you want, what we can do is even add more effect to it by going to our bridge layer and tapping the plus, so our layer is underneath the lanterns. And then let's go to the luminance brushes and go to light pen. Then we can grab yellow. And if we go behind the lantern, let's make our brush a bit bigger, 100%. We'll make this nice. We can even actually make this the color white. This nice effect right here, just like that. We can put it behind this too, behind this, this, and this. And then we can Gaussian blur this and bloom it. Okay, that's too much. We can just leave it like that. And then that gives it a really nice effect. We see this glow right here. I think that looks amazing. Okay, now we have everything. Now I just want to add some stars. So with our same light pen brush, we can grab white, make our stars a bit smaller. Let's go for 18%. And we're just going to make tiny dots like this. Just like this. Just like this, we can kind of zoom in to make sure they're perfect circles. You can add as many as you want. It can be a sky that's full of stars. Let's add some more on the top here. You can make some little. And then now one final touch. We can use the bloom tool on these stars. So we're gonna go to bloom and put it all the way, just like that. And then now we have the full bloom effect on these stars. It gives that glow around them. Now we can merge all these layers together. If you don't want to and you're kind of nervous about like if you want to change something, you can totally leave it like this. It will still look the same. But I'm going to go ahead and merge all these layers together. And that's it. You created a stunning lantern lit lake with peaceful reflections and a glowing night sky. I hope you had fun following along, and if you enjoyed the tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you'd love to draw next. See you next video. Bye!